The silent power that makes men kneel. A Carl Jung perspective. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into today's video, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why some women seem to effortlessly attract respect, admiration, and deep devotion from men without even trying, while others chase, please, and bend over backwards yet still feel undervalued? Today, we're exploring a fascinating psychological truth that Carl Jung revealed about feminine energy. A truth that completely flips modern dating advice on its head. This isn't about manipulation tactics or playing games. It's about a silent power that makes men not want to control you, but fear losing you. If you're ready to discover what truly makes a woman unforgettable, stick around until the end. And hey, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on content that helps you understand the psychology of relationships and personal power. Let's get into it. Carl Jung once described a type of woman who makes men never try to control her, because he's too busy being afraid of losing her. That statement opens up a truth that's both simple and profound. In our modern world, where everything has a formula, you can scroll through social media and find endless relationship advice. How to make him miss you, how to text the right way, how to dress sexy but not too sexy, what to say to seem smart without threatening his ego. Thousands of tips, tricks, lists, do's and don'ts, as if humans are machines that can be programmed to achieve love. But here's the paradox hidden in that maze of rules. The harder you try to do everything right, the more you lose yourself. The more effort you put into becoming what others want, the further you drift from the authentic energy that makes you truly magnetic. Because real attraction doesn't come from technique, it comes from presence. What men actually remember. Men can be impressed by a beautiful face, a perfect smile, or an elegant dress, but all of these things only touch the surface. They fade quickly because surface beauty exists in countless other people. What makes a man think about you constantly, dream about you, want to come back again and again? That's something completely different. It's a living energy, authentic, real, impossible to copy. It's the kind of energy that makes him feel both drawn in and unable to grasp. He doesn't understand why he thinks about you. He doesn't know why just one look, one moment of silence, one soft smile can make his heart race. Because that energy isn't a game, it's truth. It's the power of a woman who has chosen to live as herself. No pretending, no people-pleasing, no playing the role of the nice girl, just to be loved. And what scares a man the most isn't a woman who's more beautiful. It's a woman he can't define. He doesn't know what she wants. He doesn't know if he's good enough. He can't predict how she'll react. She's like a wave, free, powerful, ever-changing, belonging to no one. The male conflict. Deep in the male psyche exists a silent war, a conflict between two ancient instincts, the craving for safety and the hunger to feel intensely alive. These are two opposite poles that exist within every man. On one side is the safe harbor, on the other is the open sea, and the woman he chooses will always touch one of these two parts. The first part, the harbor, is the rational, orderly part that wants stability. It whispers, "Stay here, where you're loved, where everything is predictable, where there's no chaos." This instinct makes men seek out a gentle, soft woman who's ready to nurture him, care for him, and make him feel like a hero in a small, comfortable world. She becomes his shelter, his security, his peace. In the beginning, it feels sweet, like he's finally found where he belongs. But then, over time, another voice inside him begins to wake up. A wild, primal voice from the depths of masculine instinct, what Jung called the adventure instinct of the soul. It doesn't want safety, it wants challenge. It doesn't seek comfort, craves aliveness. That voice says, There's so much more out there. Go, explore, live fully. And when these two voices clash, he feels torn. Part of him wants peace. Another part fears that peace is actually paralysis. A safe woman makes him feel comfortable, but she also makes him forget what it feels like to be challenged, to burn with passion, to live fully in his masculine energy. She becomes a golden castle, beautiful but closed. Then suddenly, he meets someone different. A woman who doesn't try too hard to be loved, but makes him feel alive with just a glance. She doesn't try to make him happy. She doesn't chase him. She doesn't bend to his habits. She's like the ocean, free, deep, unpredictable. She challenges him without words. And in that moment, the adventurous part of him awakens. He realizes what he craves isn't stability. It's aliveness. Princess versus Queen archetype. In Jungian psychology, humans live through archetypes, ancient patterns buried deep in our collective unconscious. In feminine energy, two powerful archetypes often appear in love: the princess and the queen. The princess is the symbol of dreams, romantic love, and the desire to be protected. She waits for someone to rescue her, believing happiness will come when someone enters her life and makes it complete. She's trusting, loving, vulnerable. And when she loves, she gives everything: time, emotions, logic, sometimes even her own values. She makes love the center of her universe and the man her sun, around which she constantly orbits. The queen, on the other hand, needs no rescue because she rescued herself long ago. She built her kingdom through resilience, experience, and even failures. She doesn't hide in a tower waiting for a prince. She sits on the throne of her own life. For her, love isn't a refuge. It's a reward, a connection between two people who are already complete. The queen doesn't seek admiration. She creates it naturally. She doesn't need to prove her worth because every action, every word, every choice reflects self-awareness. A man may be infatuated with a princess, but he only kneels before a queen. Not because she forces him, but because her presence makes him voluntarily bow in respect. The 4 pillars. No one is born a queen. She becomes one by building herself every single day, through difficult choices, by learning to stand firm in solitude, and by staying true to values that cannot be bought with affection. Queen energy isn't a gift. It's the result of an inner journey built on 4 solid pillars. Pillar 1, mission. A queen doesn't just exist to be loved. She lives to accomplish something greater than herself: career, art, passion, or simply the desire to create value in the world. Mission gives her focus and prevents her energy from dissolving into anyone else. When a woman has purpose, she shines in a way that can't be faked. She no longer asks, "Does he love me?" Instead, she asks, "Am I moving closer to the person I want to become?" And paradoxically, when she stops living for love, love comes to her. Pillar 2, fortress. This represents emotional, financial, and social independence. A queen doesn't fear losing anyone because she knows she can stand on her own. Her fortress is built from trustworthy friends, meaningful work, and skills that make her self-reliant. Pillar 3, joyful solitude. This is the ability to be alone and still feel complete. Weak women fear silence because in it, they hear emptiness. But a queen finds renewal in silence. She reads, walks, travels alone, enjoys her morning coffee without needing anyone beside her. When a woman knows how to enjoy solitude, she becomes uncontrollable, because love is no longer an escape, but a conscious choice. Pillar 4, personal laws. These are her unshakable principles, laws she's carved into her heart. I don't accept disrespect. I don't sacrifice myself just to be loved. I keep time for my passions and what makes me feel alive. A queen doesn't need to announce these laws. She demonstrates them through action, and anyone who doesn't respect them automatically gets filtered out of her world. Boundaries and respect. There was a time we were taught that to be loved, you must sacrifice, be soft, endure, compromise. But no one told you that when you have no boundaries, you also have no value. A woman who doesn't know how to say enough will soon disappear into someone else's story. She's no longer the main character, just background scenery for other people's desires. So when a woman starts setting boundaries, the world around her shakes. Not because she's become cold or arrogant, but because she's sending a new signal. I know who I am, and I won't allow anyone to treat me below that standard. Boundaries aren't walls that separate. They're gates that protect peace. They tell others how far they can go and what's sacred and not to be crossed. A woman with boundaries doesn't yell, demand, or put others down. She simply withdraws her energy from places that don't deserve it. And that naturally makes people who don't respect her disappear. When you stop chasing, shallow people leave. When you stop replying to vague texts at midnight, unserious people lose interest. When you stop bending yourself to fit someone else's standards, weak people will find you confusing. But at the same time, a new energy appears. People on your frequency, people who respect, value, and admire you start showing up. The psychology of attraction. What makes a man crave a woman isn't beauty. It's the emotion she awakens in him. It's not a fleeting feeling of desire, but a complex psychological energy where admiration, respect, and desire blend into one. When a man is truly attracted, he doesn't just want to have you, he wants to be worthy of you. At the deepest level of psychology, humans are only truly attracted to what they respect. When a man meets a woman who's always agreeable, always available, always easy, he might feel comfortable. But that comfort is like a soft couch, pleasant but uninspiring. In contrast, when he meets a woman with integrity, principles, standards he has to work to reach, he feels awakened. In her, he sees a mirror reflecting the strongest, most mature part of himself. True attraction isn't in a seductive smile or mysterious eyes. It's in the energy of autonomy. A self-sufficient woman sends an invisible signal. I don't need anyone to complete me, but I'm willing to share my world with someone worthy. This signal activates the deep conquest instinct in men, the ancient part that once drove their ancestors to climb mountains, cross forests, hunt prey to prove their value. Ultimately, the journey to becoming a strong, free, and magnetic woman isn't a journey to find love. It's a journey back to yourself. When you've learned to build your mission, construct your fortress, embrace solitude, and set boundaries, you'll realize a simple but profound truth. Real love doesn't begin with lack. It begins with wholeness. The world once taught women they're only recognized when someone loves them. Fairy tales always end with a wedding, as if that's the ultimate prize. But no one tells you what keeps love alive after that door closes. A complete woman doesn't seek love to be saved. She doesn't wait for someone to make her happy. She's already happy. She doesn't need to be chosen. She chooses. She doesn't fear solitude because she knows solitude is the space of creativity, freedom, and true connection with her soul. And when she loves, it's not dependence, it's conscious sharing. She says, "My world is already full, but if you step in, it'll be even more brilliant." That's a love that doesn't imprison, impose, or control. It's mature love where two people stand side by side, not to fill emptiness, but to reflect light in each other. So here's my challenge for you today. Stop waiting for someone to write your story. Write it yourself. Lift your head high. Step into the world with confident eyes and a gentle heart. Make every chapter about freedom, respect, and authentic love. You don't need anyone to crown you queen. You crown yourself with your strength, self-respect, and love for yourself. If this video resonated with you, do me a favor. Hit that like button, drop a comment below sharing your biggest takeaway, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos on psychology, relationships, and personal power. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, remember, the world changes when you start choosing yourself. Take care.